Hi guys, welcome back to Planet Mithril. My name is Mithril, and once again, welcome back to my Buffed or Nerfed series of videos, the series where I take profiles from the old edition of our beloved Middle-earth strategy battle game and compare them to the brand new ones in the most recent edition. And now we're branching out into some infantry warriors. I have tackled my favourite, the Gondorians, the Men of Minas Tirith, and now I figure why not tackle one for the evil side, and what's the biggest evil army I have, and that is obviously my Uruk Hai. So today I'll be tackling the Uruk Hai Warriors of Isengard. So let's get started. In the previous edition, Uruk Hai came in at a base level of 9 points before any equipment was added. Their stat line was such they were movement 6 with a fight value of 4 and a shoot value of 4+, strength of 4, defense 5, 1 attack, 1 wound, and courage 3. Not the bravest, but pretty strong, pretty good at fighting, and able to punch their way through most squishier infantry. In regards to their equipment, they have heavy armor and a sword, which means they can use the faint special strike as per the special strikes in the previous edition. In regard to how you could outfit your warriors of Isengard, your Uruk Hai Warriors, you could give them a banner for a cost of 25 points. They can have crossbows for 2 points, and I do enjoy a crossbow, so always going to be crossbows in my Uruk Hai lists, because crossbows, for some reason, I'm a big fan. You could then give them pikes for 1 point and shields for 1 point. So generally speaking, you're looking at either kitting them out with shields or pikes for 10 points, which made it nice and easy when it came to kind of calculating your points levels and how much your army cost, or for additional 2 points you'd give them a crossbow. So there's a bit of flexibility, not super varied in regard to the equipment they can have, but they're Uruk Hai, they didn't need to be. And if you've got a massive pike block running forward, you know there's 10 models in that unit, that's 100 points. Nice and easy when it came to list building, which was always good for someone like me. In regard to the new profile now, they still come in at a base level of 9 points, so they haven't had any price hike or decrease there, so their base level is still 9 points. Their stat line has stayed, I've argued, pretty much the same actually. So there's still movement 6 with a fight value of 4+, and a shoot value of 4+, strength 4, defense 5, 1 attack, 1 wound, courage 7, which translates to the courage 3 as it was from the previous edition, and intelligence 7, so they're not super smart either. But that makes sense, because they're there for one reason and one reason only, and that is to taste man flesh. In regards to their war gear, they still come armoured with heavy armour, but this time now stating they have hand weapons rather than swords, because special strikes are no longer a thing, so no more fainting Uruk Hai. And then onto their equipment, they still get a banner for 25 points, their crossbows still come in at 2 points, and pikes and shields still both come in at 1 point each. So in regard to how you can outfit them, that has stayed pretty much exactly the same. They haven't had any hikes there, they haven't had any kind of amalgamation. Like a lot of units now get their spears and shields lumped together, but Uruk Hai have stayed pretty much exactly the same in regard to how you can outfit them between editions. However, there is one additional thing I need to mention now. In the previous edition, there were no special rules whatsoever, but in this edition now, they have Shield Wall, which basically means that if an Uruk Hai model is in base contact with 2 or more friendly Uruk Hai models armed with shields and with the Shield Wall special rule, they would gain +1 to their defense when it comes to taking wounds. This is calculated before any pushing away happens, so you'll get this while you're in your rank and file before you have to back away, so there's no more of that playing chess, trying to move your models back in a certain way that gets you the Shield Wall bonus, as I talked about in the Ministerial Warrior video. This does then mean that when your Uruk Hai are armed with shields and get the Shield Wall defense bonus, that they're defense 7, so that's +2 to their defense. That's pretty gnarly for the front rank of Uruk Hai. And I think it's quite well balanced between that and the fact that you're not going to have all your Uruk Hai having Shield Wall, because you're going to want pikes, because Uruk Hai, one of the main things they can have is pike walls, so you can support with 2 pikes. It's interesting to note as well that they haven't had the phalanx rule come in. I know Easterling warriors get that, and I'll tackle those in a little while, but it does mean that Uruk Hai can be prone, if they do happen to lose a fight, they can be prone to getting themselves trapped, because they can't back away with 2 pikes if they're being supported, they can only back away with 1, and if you've got that pike block sitting there, unless you're on the outer flanks, the outer edges of that pike block, you're going to have trouble moving your Uruk Hai around, so you can untrap the front rank of Uruks, which I suppose helps with the Shield Wall bonus comes into play, because you're going to be guaranteed to get that bonus to defense, and if you can't back away, then at least you've got a tougher defense. It's harder for them to punch through your shield and punch through your heavy plate armor, They're all front-plated. They've got very little armor on their back. They're not going to run away. So it makes sense that it's hard to push through on their front if they do get in a position where they actually lose a fight. So where do I sit on the subject of Uruk Hai Warriors? I've always loved Uruk Hai Warriors. I've got a big thing for just seeing that massive block of pikes running across the battlefield. Those legions, like I took 1,000 points of pure pikemen to Thronos goals one year, and to have all your pike blocks out on your board, it looked really, really fun and really, really thematic. I'm a little bit disappointed they haven't really added more to them or done more with them, but also the flip side of that coin is I guess they didn't feel like they had to. Maybe this is one of the profiles they've had dialed in for a while and they feel right, and then to be fair, they're always fairly consistent on the tabletop. They very rarely have any real issues. The lack of phalanx does hurt them sometimes, but thematically makes sense. They're pushing through. They're not necessarily the tactical geniuses that the Easterlings might be. They're there for pushing through with brute strength and, you know, wreaking havoc with glaive and pike and shield and crossbow. So it's nice to see that, you know, the core structure of an Uruk Hai army has stayed pretty much the same based on these core warriors you take in your list. But I am probably going to say that for the most part, the Uruk Hai Warriors have actually stayed the same. The shield wall is a nice little bonus, but I don't necessarily think it's enough to warrant saying they've been buffed. There's nothing inherently in about their profile or about what they can offer on the battlefield that I would argue gives them the title of buff. So I'm going to say that they have actually stayed the same, and I'm absolutely fine with that. So the shield wall's a nice little bonus. It's situationally really helpful. So yes, I'm going to say they have stayed the same, and that is absolutely fine because they are a great army to run, super, super fun, and who doesn't love running 50 heavily armoured beastie orcs across the battlefield under the guide of the White Wizard to wreak havoc on the world of men. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and hit that bell to make sure you never miss a missile upload. Thank you so much to all our patrons for continuing to support the channel. You can support us for as little as £1 a month if you enjoy what we do, but if you really enjoy what we do, the Treasure Trove tier gives you access to a host of loads of online resources, plus voting options for future tutorials on the channel. Absolute no obligation, but I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't mention it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.